Hi everyone, and welcome to my workshop, Data Bulk Import and Export Applications in Salesforce. First of all, let me explain why I wanted to do this workshop. A while ago, I was working in a project involving Salesforce, and as a QA, I had to do a regression. This regression took us like 1 week or 1 week and a half every sprint. And of that week, we used to take a whole day just to preset the data that we needed to run the test cases. We wanted to improve this day to preset the data, and we started to look for applications that help us with this. Of course, we came across with Data Import Wizard, Data Loader IO, and once we tried to apply it to our project, we realized that none of us knew how to use these tools. And that is the moment when I realized that even though almost all of us see these applications in the certifications, almost none of us know really how to use them. So I started to learn these tools, and I realized that they are not difficult to use. So this is what I wanted to show in the workshop. I wanted to show the applications, the advantages, the disadvantages, and how to use them. Hopefully, by the end of the workshop, you will realize that they are really easy to use and they can help a lot. So let's start. First of all, we have a summary of what are we going to see. We are going to talk a little bit about the importance of data management. And after that, we are going to see the data bulk applications, the most important part. So the importance of data management. It is really important to have good quality of data in your org. Good quality of data means data that is accurate and reliable. These two are key factors for executives to be able to trust the data and make well-informed decisions. For example, if I have a company and through my data, I see that most of our clients contact us through our web page, maybe I will invest more in our web page. But if the data is not reliable, maybe I'm investing in something wrong, in something that doesn't need investment. So that is why we need high quality of data. High quality, as I already said, means the data that is accurate, is reliable, is organized, is categorized. All these factors will help businesses analyze the data and conduct marketing campaigns, create reliable strategies, etc. For managing the data and making good quality of data, we have some tools that Salesforce offers us. First of all, we have reports and charts. Reports and charts are tools that help us identifying the quality of our data, visualize this data, and analyze this data. Salesforce offers different kinds of reports types, like tabular, summary, matrix, and offers different kinds of charts, like bar, column, and lines. Here we can see some charts that are only a visual representation of our data. And as you can see, it is a lot easier to see. I don't know if we are right here, if we are near the green, near our goal, or if we are far away. This is easier to see as if we are seeing, I don't know, a table with a lot of numbers that we can comprehend. The second tool is data bulk applications. Data bulk is an expressions that we use when we want to import or export a large amount of data. For example, importing a large amount of data can help us with the configuration of a new company, or maybe we have a new client. We can upload the data of the client to our database a lot easier and a lot faster. For importing data, we have a lot of applications. The principles are are Data Import Wizard, Data Loader IO, Data Loader, and Workbench. And for exporting data, we have the same applications except for Data Import Wizard. So now let's see these applications one by one. First, we have Data Import Wizard. Data Import Wizard is the simplest of all the tools that we are going to see. It is offered by Salesforce. You can find it in Salesforce in any org. But given that it's simple, it is quite limited. First of all, you can only import with this tool. You cannot export or delete records, and you can import up to 50,000 records, not more. And this tool only works for objects supported by Data Import Wizard. This means not all standard objects work with Data Import Wizard. Only these standard objects and some custom objects. Here, we can see the interface of Data Import Wizard. Okay, it's really easy to understand. It's as easy as picking the object that you want to use, what you want to do with this object. Add new records or update records, maybe trigger the workflow rules or do not trigger them. And at the end, you only pick the file that you want to import, you map the fields, and is the end. You start the import. The results of your importing will be shown in this tab that you can find in Salesforce. You will see the errors, you will see the success, all the details. The second tool is Data Loader IO. Data Loader IO is really, it's like Data Loader, but like smaller. It is a web-based tool. You can find it in Salesforce too, in any org. But this tool requires payment, requires like a subscription, and it is quite limited too. You can import and export and delete records with this tool, but you can only import up to 100,000 records per month. So this is quite limited. Okay. Here we can see the interface tool. In this case, we were trying to export some records, and it was really easy. I only picked the object, the fields, and if I wanted, I can do some filters. Okay, you can also do queries with in this tool. In all tools, you can do queries. If you don't want to pick the fields, maybe you want to do something more elaborate, you can do it here. Okay, and when you import, you have the option to pick between insert, observe, and update. Insert is an option to add new records. Update is an option to update records that already exist. And observe is a combination between the two of them. If we have a match of the record, we will update the record. And if not, we will add the new record. You can choose from a lot of options to pick the file, from Dropbox, from a database, from computer, and you can map the fields and import or export. The third tool or application is Data Loader. For me, Data Loader is the most complete. You can, with this tool, you can insert, update, observe, delete, export, and export all the data. Export all is an option that we will see in a bit. And with this tool, you can import up to 5 million records. You can import records with a lookup relationship or maybe a master data relationship. The only limit that I have this application is, first of all, that you cannot schedule imports. And the second one is that you have to install it in your computer. And this can be quite annoying at times. For my experience, I had to ask IT for help because I couldn't run it by myself. But beside from that, it is really easy to use. Here we have the interface, and as you can see, we have all the options. And as I say, export all is an option that will export all records from that object. When I say all, I mean that it will also export the ones in the recycle bin. And here, as we can see, I was trying to import a record with a lookup relationship. In here, you can relate by what field you want to match the data, maybe an email, an ID. Depending on the object, you will have more options here or less options. The thing is that uh, how you want to relate your record to the ones existing in your org. Okay, and at last we have Workbench. Workbench is a free web-based tool that can be used also for exporting, importing, upsert, upload, delete records. It is important to notice that Workbench is not officially tested or documented, okay? But it is well recommended among the community, so you can use it. It is really easy, and well, you don't have to install it, so it is you only have to go to the web page. The limitation is that you are limited to only 250 records at a time for deletion, and you can import up to 5 million records, as the same as data loader. Here we can see the interface. As you can see, you have a lot of options to do, more than the others. We will focus on the same now: insert, update, observe, delete. And here, instead of export, you have this option that is a query. It's the same, but it has another name. Okay, and as you can see, is the same as the other tools. Is as easy as to pick the fields or make a query and export. You can choose even if you want to export it as a list or as a file, maybe if you want to sort it or filter the results. And finally, we have here a table comparing all the tools that I mentioned. And as you can see, Data Loader and Workbench are the most complete. And the only difference is that Data Loader needs installation. Okay, so now let me show you how to do some importing, some exporting, some errors in this application. Okay, so for that, first of all, let me show you that I created a little application, let's call it like that, where I have students, I have teachers. Ooh, sorry, it logged out. Okay, so I have some teachers and I have some subjects. The important thing here is that the subjects will relate through with a student, in this case, Oscar Cortés, and will relate with a teacher. In this case, Arispe Jaime. Okay, so now let's say I want to import some new students. So I make a table now, where I put, I don't know, the date of birth, the ID, the last name, all the fields that I need. In this case, as you can see, I copied the same name, the same data for all my records. I will try to upload this file into through Workbench. Okay, so Workbench and Data Loader need login with Salesforce. So if you are already logged in, it's as easy as to put login and it will start running. Okay, so here you pick what you want to do. I want to insert new records. Okay, and where I want to insert it, I pick my object. So I pick students. I select it, and I choose the file. Okay, I already made the file. It's important to know that you have to make a file with CSV. And here it is. Insert the student's bat. Okay, I will pick it. I will map the fields. Map the fields is to pick the field this in Salesforce and relate it to a field in your document. So first name will be going with name, and identity document will be going to ID. Last name, place of birth, okay. You don't have to relate all of them. The ones in red you have to do. These ones you can leave in blank. Okay, let's map the field and confirm insert. Okay, so here you can see that the first record, it was success. It was imported. Okay, the other ones we could not import. Why? Because all these were the same. And in my rules, I made ID unique, so we cannot repeat it. I made this to show you guys that you will see the errors if you make your document wrong. Okay, but as you can see here, now in students, I have a new student, that is Jose Jimenez. Okay, now we are going to delete Jose Jimenez through a document. Okay, first of all, I will export from students, and I will export only first name and the ID. Sorry, first name. Okay, and I will export it as a book CSV. I query it and I download it. Okay, and now I will open this document. I have it here on downloads. Sorry. It will open, and as you can see, I have the 3 records and the IDs. Why I exported the IDs? Because when you want to delete through Workbench or data loader, you have to have the IDs of the records, the unique IDs. So that is why I wanted this field in specific. And I want to delete Jose, so I will erase this field, these records, and I will only leave Jose. I will save this new document as a CSV. It was downloaded here. I will change the name, delete Jose Jimenez. Sorry. And that's it. Okay, and now I will do a deletion. I go here to data, delete. And I choose the file that is in downloads, delete Jose. I will choose it, and I will match the ID. Okay, here you can maybe choose another field. I choose ID because it's a unique field, and I will map it. I can choose between hard delete or maybe to run asynchronously, async, but I will just run it like that. And here I have success. It was deleted. So if I see here, students are deleted. So as you can see, it's really easy to use Workbench. Okay, now I will do an abstract. Okay, an abstract of this file for my students that have new students. Okay, and just to show you that I can also update my record. Right now, Oscar Cortez is with an S. I will change it to a Z. I will save it. Why? Because when I upload this file, I will change it back to Cortez with an S. Okay, so I will update this record, and add these new records. Again, from Workbench. After I will show you from data load. Okay, so I go to Observe. I choose my object, students. I choose my file. This is here in workshop, and here. Observe the students. Again, I choose how to match my records from ID, and I map the fields. In this case, I'm only missing this one. These two I will leave in blank. Okay, and I might map my fields. I confirm, and as you can see, I have it all in success. Okay, we can see here that now I have new records. It's as easy as that. You only have to form a good document, the columns that you need, and the data that you need, and you will upload it. Now we are going to see the same for teachers. I have this document for teachers that is the same. I'm only adding new teachers, but now I will do it from data loader. Okay, I already have data loader here. I will do observe. Here is asking me to log in, and it's as easy as to press login. It will connect to my Salesforce, to my org. It will open the org. Okay, and once I do that, I can see all the objects of the org. I will pick teacher. I will pick my file. In this case is teacher observed. Next. Okay. And how I want to match these fields. I will choose, in this case, identification. Why? Because in this document, I only have my identification. I don't have the IDs. Okay, so next, I will map the fields. Data loader give us this option that you can, when you do a mapping, sorry, it's not this option. When you do a mapping, you can save that mapping, and you can, instead of doing this every time, you can only choose it from your files, and you will have the mapping. But I wanted to show you guys that it is really easy to map, first name with first name. In my case, it's really easy because my columns are called the same as the fields. So it's just matching the fields. Here I can save it, but in this time I will just do OK. Next. And here you can see the results in this file. You can choose it in another file to see your results, but this time it won't go. And I say yes. And as you can see, I have 11 successful and 0 errors. So we are OK. We can see here in teachers now that we have a lot more teachers. OK? So now let's go through a part when we have a lookup relationship. This is a little bit different, but it is easier too. Okay, so for that, I made a file. Let me open it. My file is called observed subject. Okay. In this file, I will put new subjects, new semesters, if it approved or done. And instead of the name of the teacher of the student, I will put the ID, the identification. Okay. And for this field is where I want to match my records. Okay, so let's say, I don't know, this identification is Juan Pablo. Then we are going to see here that is Juan Pablo in this field. Okay, this field is a formula that will take the name based on the identification. Okay, so let's do it. I will choose observe. I will pick now subject. I will pick the file. Observe subject. I will map the fields. And as you can see here, in these two fields that are lookups, it will make you choose the field that you wanted to relate it. As I already said, I wanted to relate it by a document identity, so I will choose that. I will map the fields and confirm the observed. And as you can see, they were all success. And as you can see here, now I have a lot of new subjects with a lot of new teachers and new students. So as you can see, guys, it is really, really easy to upload and export data with these two applications. And that will be all. I don't know if you have some questions for me. Any questions, guys?
Is everything clear? Any comments, questions? Marcelo, go ahead.
Okay, I have a question, Oscar. I saw that, for example, when you insert the data from one CSV, you put the one item and the others by the restriction, it was unsuccessfully loaded. And my question is how we can avoid this kind of unsuccessful, like a transaction. I mean, in the sense of one transaction that all the items can put in the Salesforce org without in order to avoid the unsuccessfully all the unsuccessfully items.
Okay, so for that, you have to really know your org, the fields that you are uploading. In my case, these were unique. So for avoiding that, I have to make sure that this field that is unique, it does not have a duplicate record, right? I can put the same name, the same last name, but this one has to be different. There are other ones that are required. So I have, let's say that this field, full name, is required. I don't have to have it in blank. So you have to really know the fields or the records that you are going to upload. So for that, you have to really know your org. I created these ones, so I really knew these ones. But you always have some kind of error. It's not something to worry about. You can re-upload it, you can upload it again, you can delete it. It's not too much drama, to say it like that. You will always have some error. And as you can see, the good thing is that if you have errors, the records that are okay will upload, and the records that are wrong will not upload. So you only have to correct those records.
Okay, got it. And there are a way that we can work as a transaction, maybe. I don't know if you are familiarized in database transactions.
To be honest, I don't, so I don't
Okay.
know what you mean as a transaction.
Okay, no worries. It's when you need to put all the items and one item fail in the when needs to join into the database, all the items are rolled back to the first step, and that is a kind of transaction. I don't know if this tool like Workbench can do that.
I think you cannot do that as a transaction. You will upload the ones that are good, and the other ones will stay out of your org, but you cannot do like a rollback like you said.
Okay, great. Thanks, Oscar.
Any other question, guys?
No, my end is really good. Is really useful for me because I'm doing the data architect. And there are a lot of cases where you're gonna have like bulk, maybe millions of records that you have to upload at once. And especially the case when you have like lookup relationships, you have to like sort it first by the parent, I believe it is. So then you can have the minimum amount of problems when doing asynchronous loading, so they don't lock the parent record. And so this is really good to see everything, in like being worked on directly. So that's very useful. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I had the same problem. I had to use them, and I really didn't know how to. But once I did it, it was really easy. So yeah. Okay, guys. So I believe there are no more questions. So thank you for your attention, and I will see you